Okay, I think we're live. I'm doing this a little bit different today. I cannot see my chat, but I'm doing this different because I am streaming on several different platforms at once. I think I have somebody here, but I don't know who's here. Okay, me. Anywho, hello everyone. I don't know where my chat is. I can't see anything. Like, I have no idea. Let me see. Okay. Hi. Okay, good. Don't hide it. Hello. Okay, let me hide that. Okay. Hello, Micah. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. So, as you guys can see, I'm in a new location. It's cold in the office downstairs. So I moved locations because I live in Texas. It's super hot. Hi, Janicia. It's super hot. So but the AC, so we run the AC, but the AC sometimes can be a little bit cold for me. So, like, just sitting in AC all day, so it was easier for me to reach the vent in here to, like, kinda crack the vent, whereas in the office, I feel like the ceilings are higher, so it's just harder for me to reach. So, I changed my stream location, and then, I changed, like, the way that I position my camera, and I did that because I want the stream to be more friendly for, um, the multi-stream, the camera quality, right? Because 'Cause I'm streaming on 3 platforms at once right now. But anywho, glad you guys are here, glad to see you guys here. So, I have notes. I'm gonna be talking about YSL Rico for the most part. Um, on some re but I like to start with real world topics. So, with real world topics, what do y'all think is happening to Donald Trump? Do y'all think he's getting cloned, replaced, body double? Um, do you think what do you think? Hi, angry blog guy. Hello. You are from Twitch. Good to see you. Bonsoir. Oh, you know a little bit of French. Parlez-vous français? Je parle un peu français. Yeah, I switched my hi Bree. Yes, I could see you, angry blog guy. Good to see you. Glad you were here. It's really nice because, okay, so hopefully Blicky shows up because Blicky was the one who told me, like, you need to get some software to stream. Hey, Kant. Hi, good to see you. Miss you too. I don't think I saw you last live, but he was the one that was telling me, like, you need some software so you could stream on several platforms at a time. And so I looked into it, I paid for it. Hi, Kara. So I don't see anybody from Instagram right now, but I'm on YouTube, Twitch, and I'm supposed to be on IG all at the same time. And so shout out to Blicky Mania for that. Hi, I'm Mia. It's good to see you. So we're just doing this. Nothing fancy. I'm just here to give you straight up quality, right? No. The third place is supposed to be YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. I do not go live on TikTok because they are so strict, and I don't wanna lose um, my page. I don't wanna lose my page. So, again, I go on the Instagram is not on? Well, I'm already deep in, babe. So if Instagram with that bullshit, then you know what? I'm not really bothered right now. I'm really not. Let me see. It says it's streaming. Hi, what's up, Lola? Good to see you. Look, okay, before we get deep into it, since I'm still waiting for people to get here, let's just go ahead and get into it. So, with the world, with like the preliminary topics. Nope. Okay, well, I'm not really stressed about it. I'm not worried about IG because I'm not monetized on IG, and they will not let me have a Facebook for whatever reason. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm not really concerned. I'm on the platforms that matter: Twitch and YouTube. I'm a YouTube partner. And as far as Twitch, I'm trying to get there. So with Instagram, like, yeah, I'm really not too concerned. Hey, what's up? Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, I'm not really too concerned about IG. Like, I might go live there in the future. I go live on Instagram once in a blue moon because I make no money off Instagram. They do not pay you for reels. Like, I use Instagram as just a way to build my audience. I don't know. I don't think it's on purpose, but I'm just saying, like, well, with Facebook maybe, but I'm just saying with Instagram, I use Instagram strictly to build my audience. Like, it's not a monetary like the value in Instagram is the followers, is the audience. Not There's no monetary value. Like, if you find me on IG, you can, if you like the content, you will follow me to another platform where I go live. So it just is what it is. Okay, so sorry, but scratching my head. But yeah, I want to get that out there. Okay, let's talk about Donald Trump before we get into YSL and all of that. So somebody was saying that they feel like they about to put JD in a Trump mask. Interesting theory. I when nothing would surprise me. Nothing would surprise me. When it comes to that situation. Let's see. When it comes to Donald Trump, I mean, something sketchy going on. So that's one thing I'm telling you. Like, something weird, something funky going on. But he is a much older man, and his health, you know what I'm saying? He's a lot older. Like, he was in his 70s. I think when he was president the first time, he was like 72 or some shit. So he's a lot older. He's heavy. You know what I'm saying? He got all that weight on him. So um yeah, like his health probably is declining. Yes. Hey, what's up, swag? Hey, I got my I love my Twitch people. I'm so happy to see you guys because again, I'm new to Twitch and I'm new to like streaming on there. Sorry, the quality is not the best. I'm only on 720p. It's probably because of just my camera. So I'm no tech whiz, but we're here. Okay, so yeah, with the same thing with TikTok. TikTok doesn't pay that great. It pays, but doesn't pay that great. But you build an audience and then you move them over to the best paying platform, which is YouTube. So with Trump, he's an older guy. Nothing would surprise me. That just seems, let's talk about this. That just seems to be the thing. It seems like if you want to like reach certain levels of success, or if you want to get involved with these like freaky weird like people, it just seems like you let me see. I wonder, will it like make my quality better? It just seems like you getting replaced or cloned is like a part of the deal. Like, I see this with several people. I had mentioned all through Biden's presidency that in my opinion he was clearly cloned. He was clearly like, there were more than one of him. To be honest with you, I don't even think, like, that was him. Like, these people really do wear, like, meat suits or, like, masks, and, it could I the whole time, I thought Biden was a cyborg. If you don't know what a cyborg is, it's like a computer in the inside, but it's a human on the outside. Like, it looks like a human, but it's a computer. And, because the technology that we are aware of and that we have well, excuse me, the technology that we have access to is very behind. It's very delayed. The technology, mm, that's a good question. I wonder if this will start a wave of celebrities transitioning to politicians. I feel like, I mean, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who used to be an actor and then became like a governor, um, I mean, that's kind of been happening, right? Because it's just been very subtle. Because like somebody pointed out, like Candace Owens, and several others. I'm just naming her because she's the one that comes to mind. But these people are all signed to like a talent agency. So they really are actors, like Zelensky, from Ukraine. Like he really is an actor, you know what I mean? So this stuff has kind of been going on, but they can't. Let's talk about that, Kara. This stuff with with actors and stuff being your politicians and then getting certain levels of fame that would kind of consider them again famous or celebrities. That's been going on, but they're never going to. They haven't had complete, like, celebrities and or, like, you know what I'm saying, people that you perceive to, like, not be politicians, they really haven't done that in mass because you would lose faith in the system. Trump is allowed to do what he's doing because he is the end of the system. Like, in my opinion, he marks the end of Pluto and Capricorn. People have this idea of him that he's, like, super racist, um, that he is like again old, outdated, sexist. He just has like a super old and outdated way of thinking and a way of doing things. And he's been predicted that he's going to be our last president. So what I'm saying is a figure like Donald Trump who's highly controversial and to the mass population he represents again, um the antiquated ancient system, he marks the end of that system, which is why he's where he's at, doing what he's doing. Like trying to reverse like same-sex marriage. People think that he's going to try to reverse interracial marriage. I'm not bothered by anything that Trump does because I divested from Trump when he won the first time. And it's not I don't I'm so indifferent. It's not that I don't like him. It's not that I like him. It's just I don't care. Like I have absolutely no feelings on Trump because I recognize him for what he is. He's a tool to mind control people and to get a job done. Now, Biden, I did not like Biden very much. I didn't because I don't know, just something about him was just like I didn't like his image. But at the end of the day, these people, they're all puppets that push an agenda, no matter what they're doing. Like the people who are really in charge, you do not know their face. So I do feel like we are seeing his end. No matter if he survives the rest of his presidency or whether they say he's sick or whether he dies, no matter what his fate will be, he is the end of the system. That's written. That he is the last president. We have Elon running shit. We've got Jeff Bezos, buying everything up and fucking with the food supply. We have Bill Gates running shit, fucking with the food supply. If they're trying to vaccinate the world, like we are already living in the technocracy. You know what I'm saying? It's just not official yet. Your new leaders haven't been revealed to you yet because they have to do everything kind of slow motion to ease you into it. I've made several videos talking about founding fathers, the new founding fathers. And I've been saying that because that was predicted in the Purge movies with new founding fathers and stuff like that. So, like, they told us what's going to happen, you know? Um, Let me see. Did I want to mention anything else? Oh yeah, Mark Zuckerberg again trying to like get everybody into the metaverse. Like, come on, it's just we've been talking about this. If you're new, welcome. I have several videos on my YouTube channel where I go into depth, specifically talking about new founding fathers and what the future will look like. Okay, let's get into YSL. It's been 15 minutes. Let's get into YSL. You guys, as we talk about Pluto and Aquarius and the end of Pluto and Capricorn, right? So I made a short earlier on YouTube and TikTok. Now there are two different short form videos because I have to walk on eggshells on TikTok because they have me under a ban warning. Whereas YouTube, if they don't like my topic, they just won't push it into the algorithm. But they are not trying to like actively ban me or give me strikes. Like you have to like really piss YouTube off for them to give you a strike, right? So I try to like be strategic with what I say and what I post. So with the YSL thing, Pluto and Aquarius, the end of the old system. So this is a good transition, right? Because I've been talking to you about the end of Pluto and Capricorn, the end of like that system, pretty much. So church and religion, banking, finance, the economy, government, politics, education, the medical system, the healthcare system, all of the things that we used to, or the all the things that all of like the systems that we were used to being a particular way are changing. That's the reason why the job market is collapsing. Corporate America is collapsing. Again, education is collapsing. The rise in AI, you know what I mean? Collapsing. And a part of this collapse is also people changing their mindset because if you're going into a new age and a new vibration, a new frequency, you're going to have to change how you think and how you behave. And so part of that old system collapsing is the collapse of gang and street culture. And I'm glad to see this because I've been talking to y'all the last couple of lives about how Black people need to divest from whiteness and how we need to run our own shit, be in charge of our own shit, be self employed. I've been talking to y'all about that. We need to be self employed. We need to stop depending on systems that really don't want us anyway. And what are we seeing now? We're seeing this stuff with YSL. Now, I want you guys to always understand that everything going on with YSL is how do I want to put this? Everything going on with YSL is like this guy on YouTube named Unplug Him. You guys should go check him out. It's literally unplug and then unplug him. He talks about hermetic theater where sometimes things are happening and it's all script, it's all a play, there's characters, like people are acting out Freemasonic script. And that's what we're seeing with the YSL trial or the YSL Rico and all the fallout from that. Um, I've told you guys for months that I do not believe that rappers are really going to jail. I think that they are going to cloning facilities. And that's why when they get out, they're like different and they're strange. And I understand that when people get out of jail or prison, there is an adjustment period, because they just had a whole different like way of life when they were there. But I'm also telling you that these people do not have the same experience when they get out of jail or prison as the average person. They have a lot of assistance, you know, um, getting back into society. They're getting picked up from jail in luxury cars. The industry is waiting right there for them, ready to welcome them back. And why do you think that is? Because they are products of the industry. They're property of the industry, and the industry has a vested interest in sending them to jail or prison to push the ideology that this is a rite of passage for Black men, and making Black men feel like, especially young impressionable Black men, making them feel like going to jail is a rite of passage, trying to normalize being feminine, normalize, fruity behavior. We know what goes on in jail. And even before they go to jail, the nail polish, the eyeliner, the tight clothes, the female clothes, all these things, right? So this is just a part of the agenda to feminize Black men and to keep Black men incarcerated, which continues to keep Black men, especially once they get felonies, as a slave class. So it's a part of that's a system in itself. But what's really going on, like that's the mental program, but what's really going on is in my opinion is cloning. Because once somebody clones you, and somebody was asking me like, why would the government want to clone Gucci Mane? People always say, why would the government want to clone his black ass? Because we have melanin, right? Melanin is energy and currency, and they want to control your consciousness. Once somebody can clone you, they're able to clone you because they've gotten control over your complete image. Clones are making doubles of somebody. So if I can make two of you, then the one that is the double, the one that is the clone, I have complete control over. I completely control that mind, that consciousness, that body, you know what I'm saying? And I can do what I want to do with you. And it's a little bit better than MK Ultra, because MK Ultra, in order to put somebody under MK Ultra, you have to strategically satanic ritually abuse them. You know what I mean? Like MK Ultra is done through SRA, satanic ritual abuse. So if I can skip all of that and just clone your ass and then control you, well, that sounds like a great idea. So that's what I believe. Again, I've always pointed out how when Gunna got out of jail, I just found it interesting that, again, he just gave me Gucci Mane vibes. He gets out of jail, new body, he's on this health and wellness journey, and that's great. I mean, on the surface, like, that's great that he wants to like do better and like get his shit right. But on another level, it's just like, again, this reminds me of somebody else who now has a record label where a bunch of artists continue to pass away, get on drugs, or go to jail. Right. And it's been talked about that these rappers sometimes, or these label heads sometimes, have people um in life insurance policies. That's how they're really making their money, because Gucci Mane and Keisha Kaur live a very lavish lifestyle. And I'm not saying that all their money isn't legit, but again, you don't make that much money off of selling records. You make most of your money off of touring. Gucci Mane he does do performances, but it's not like he's going on like a big massive tour all the time. And Keisha Kaur sells waist trainers and like weight loss products. And again, I think that they, of course, have made like smart investments, but their lifestyle is very, 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 very flashy and lavish. And again, people keep dying, and so it's giving that they might be making some of that money through cashing out on life insurance policies. Also, again, with people going to jail, I mean, Gucci Mane was in jail for quite some time, so now his artists, some of them are going to jail too. So it's like, is he an informant? Is he working with the feds? I mean, come on, like the rap music industry, the music industry, period, whether rap music, pop music, R&B, you know what I'm saying, the mainstream music industry, the big record labels, they are controlled by the government. We know this by now. We should know this. So a lot of people in the game are informants or are feds. You know what I'm saying? Diddy, like Kanye said, fed. Like, it's a lot of people who are actually federal workers. I've exposed to you guys that Sexy Red is a federal worker. Like, this shit is beyond obvious. Like, these people work with the government. They work for the government. So with the YSL stuff, I mean, the rabbit hole goes deep. I believe also that it's going over a lot of people's heads that maybe some fashion brands are involved in this, because just think how is my sound good? Please let me know if my sound is good. But just think how whatchamacallit, YSL, I told you guys this before, I believe, but YSL, like, they've been promoting Yves Saint Laurent the entire time, subliminally. It's subliminal programming. Because even years ago, years ago, okay, before all this drama, before Gunna was even famous, when I found out that when Young Thug was promoting YSL Young Stoner Life, I just took it as, wow, these people worship designer. Okay, thank you. These people worship designer so much that he done named his gang after Yves Saint Laurent, right? And now, thank you guys. Now I really can see that this stuff is more than just we love Yves Saint Laurent, like, or we love designer. I have told you guys time and time again that the fashion people allegedly are the ones behind a lot of this cloning. The fashion industry or the fashion people, the fashion devils, the Michelle Lamies, the Rick Owens, the Louis Vuittons, the people at Chanel, you know what I'm saying? Like these big, big brands, the Muglers, the Balmains, like the people who are like high up in fashion, these fashion designers, creative directors, you know, Denma from Balenciaga. These people are, again, very evil. And they energy harvest Black people. I've been saying that. I made a whole video about that on YouTube. They energy harvest Black people. Again, melanin is energy, is currency. So they need Black people's energy to further their brands. And they do this through, again, using celebrity puppets to market their brand, because most luxury goods are purchased by poor people. That's the whole like dichotomy or like paradox of it all. Like most luxury brands, they're aspirational products. So most people who don't have much money buy that shit. When people don't come from money and when they get money, the first thing they go do is go buy designer, right? So how do you keep the product as something to be worshipped? How do you keep it as something to be aspired to? Yes, this is true. Hi, what's up, Blicky? How do you keep the product as something to aspire to? How do you keep the product on a pedestal? Through getting, again, Black people who rap very low vibrational things to wear it and to market it. They're rapping about crime, sex, murder, all these crazy things, selling drugs. They're talking about how they're getting it out the mud. None of them are talking about how they went to law school. None of them are talking about how they went to medical school, college. None of them are talking about how, yes, none of them are talking about how they earned the money the right way to get these things. They all talk about how they trapped and wrapped their way to getting these things, right? And so this is how they continue to keep their product as aspirational. Now, again, yes, Blicky, most of the clothes and the bags and the shoes and the jewelry that these designers or that these celebrities, excuse me, are wearing are given to them for free. They're rented, um, or it's just fake. But they're puppets who push this stuff. Because, like I was saying, I think not too long ago, the fashion industry has the real money because people are actually going out and buying the products. You know what I mean? Like a handbag, the average, okay, see you soon. The average handbag, designer handbag is more than a concert ticket. You know what I mean? So that is what's really going on here, which is why you see Cardi B. Again, I believe that she sold her soul to the fashion people. A lot of people sold their soul to the fashion people. So the fashion people, in my opinion, are the ones really behind some of this stuff, with again the cloning and stuff like that. Because when you again clone somebody, you completely control them. So you can truly use them as a human billboard and use their likeness and use their image to push your brand, to push your clothes, to push your shoes and your bags and all these things. So this is why it's important. And then again, like designer clothes is a part of being a celebrity. Like if people feel like you are the same as them, then you don't have any fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, or that has been the old system. Because I believe in the new system, and we see this through the rise of TikTok. People feel like they can be themselves and still get famous and still have followers and stuff like that. Yes, Blicky, they do have huge profit margins. Because even car dealerships and restaurants have low, and grocery stores, those are three businesses that have low profit margins. So if people feel like, and even with that, like when you see like Kai Cenat and DDG and iShowSpeed, even like the new age of streamers, they wear a lot of designer because again, people, if you want somebody to look up to you and put you on a social pedestal, then they need to feel like you have things that they don't have. You have access to things that they don't have access to. So the designer clothes and shoes and bags and jewelry is a part of that package. See what I mean? So I say all that to say the best way to push a product is to put Black people as the face of it. If Black people co-sign it and say that it's good, said that it's cool, say that it's worthy, then everybody else does too, which is exactly why these fashion houses, LVMH and Kering, again, Kering is home of Gucci and Balenciaga, and I'm sure a couple more, but those two like fashion conglomerates need Black people's energy to keep the profits rolling in. So I wanted to put that out there because peep how, again, Gucci Mane has been mentioned. His name is Gucci Mane, Gucci from Kering, and then YSL. Now, I'd have to see what fashion house YSL is under. I don't know on top of my head, but I do know that it's a huge fashion brand. And but again, when people, the YSL Rico, the YSL Trial, and again, notice how the company has not come out saying that we don't want to be affiliated or associated with anything to do with Young Thug, or anything to do with this ghetto ass shit, because you're being subliminally programmed YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, Young Stoner Life. Like, come on. I want to also add that Young Thug has been affiliated with Freemasonry allegedly way before he was famous, way before he was rapping. Like Freemasonry, being involved in Freemasonry is what helped him rise the ranks in the industry. And this if you also listen to Jay-Z's debut album Reasonable Doubt. If you know what you're listening for, when you hear Reasonable Doubt, oh okay. When you hear Reasonable Doubt, you can tell that Jay-Z was involved in Freemasonry. Okay, see, thank you. I had a feeling it was Caring, but I just wanted to be sure. Thank you. So see, Caring is even the head of YSL, right? So this just continues to prove my point because I was like, I don't think YSL is privately owned. They do have some fashion homes or some fashion houses that are not under a conglomerate, but it's not many. Like a lot of fashion brands are under a conglomerate. But I had a feeling it was Karen because I was like, I don't think YSL is under LVMH. So see what I'm saying? So Gucci Mane and the YSL as a brand, or excuse me, Gucci and YSL are both under Kering. And then you see again Young Thug pushing what Young Stoner Life, YSL, the Rico, the gang shit, and then you see Gucci Mane pushing drugs and jewelry and all this other kind of shit, right? And then again, people have gone to jail and they come out looking different. So this just continues to validate what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, the fashion industry is just somehow, some way connected to this stuff. And they are using black people as puppets because like I said before, Gucci Mane did not get recognized by the fashion brand Gucci until he got out of jail, right? He spent years as Gucci Mane, dropping projects, dropping mixtapes with success in the mainstream rap game. But he did not get acknowledged by Gucci and was able to be in a Gucci campaign until after he came out of jail. And by that point, he had a new body, new look. See what I'm saying? Like, there's something more to this. Again, we know that Young Thug was pushing what fashion on the cover of that Jeffrey album. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody had to dress him. Somebody had to like lend him those clothes. The fashion brand had to, you know what I'm saying, allow that. Gunna and Young Thug, when they were close, were all about, again, drip, fashion. Again, Lil Uzi Vert, Balenciaga, Chrome Hearts, Carhartt. Like, this is really going on, and this is what I've been saying. And like many people know, like many of y'all know, these people are puppets for corporations. 1 second. They are puppets for corporations. Okay. So Young Thug, in my opinion, I have to say this, was affiliated with Freemasonry long before the industry. That's what helped him to level up. I believe that this is all theater because gang culture, street culture, all of that is being demolished. Yeah. Francois Pinault, he's got that bread. He's like super fucking rich. I'm sorry. I'm reading, I'm trying to like stay on topic. Young Thug, was also helping to level up Mariah the Scientist. That's where she comes into play. Mariah the Scientist is only dating Young Thug because he's helping to initiate her, allegedly. Why do you think she has a new project out with like budget? You know what I'm saying? Now she's got all this extra budget to do this new project, marketing budget, all of that. And I was telling my mom, I was like, I won't be surprised if she ends up joining that Ifa cult because Summer Walker, Cardi B, SZA, and Kehlani are all a part of this like Ifa cult in the music industry. And if Mariah the Scientist keeps rising and keeps going, she might be initiated into that Ifa cult. But right now, she's just still getting initiated in the early beginning stages with Young Thug, which is why it was published, like that video of her saying, "Am I your baby?" So I mentioned that because that was humiliation ritual. When she went to the club, and I covered this too in the video, and got her ass beat by Young Thug's baby mama, one of his baby mamas. That was humiliation ritual. Because like what? Humiliation. So, and then like now she's on the phone calls and stuff like that. That is again keeping her name in the blogs. This is all script. He is initiating her, okay? Just like Lil Uzi Vert, in my opinion, is helping to initiate JT. Diddy again helps to initiate Young Miami. Okay, so let's see. YSL Rico. Let's also get into Fannie Willis real quick. Again, Fannie Willis was a DA, gets exposed for smashing some guy that worked under her, whatever. Like, that's more rituals. To do what? Devalue and degrade the justice system. To show you that, again, there's just as many crooks, just as much corruption in the courtroom as there is in the streets. We know that, though. But with this all coming to light, it just continues to again degrade the systems that we used to believe in. Fannie Willis, again, I believe that she's affiliated with Freemasonry too. She's a Nepo baby. Then I think she ended up running. She ended up running for some kind of position. I don't know if it was mayor or DA again, or she was running for something after the trial. And I don't think she won. She may have won. I don't recall. But again, like rituals. This is a society. This is a secret society. That's why on the thumbnail I have a photo of Young Thug with his Freemasonic paperwork because he is a proud Mason, and they've allowed him to broadcast that because, yeah, yes, Fannie was humiliated with the Rico case, but they allowed Young Thug to like broadcast being a Freemason because there's an agenda to again get black men into Freemasonry. You know what I mean? There's 1,000 roads to get to hell. So whether it's through Freemasonry or, going to prison, getting locked up, whatever, getting a record, joining the music industry. So yeah, I think it's something with DA. She ran for something. But Fannie, again, yes, she was going through ritual too. So again, like everything that happened in the courtroom, even with Kodak Black, when Kodak Black was like in the courtroom, like eating candy and shit, it's like it's not real court. Like it's fake. It's script. It's like it's all acting and play. That's why they're not acting. That's why they're not conducting themselves like real court. Like even with Cardi B, when the guy was asking her about the wigs and the stuff like that, like this is fake. It's fake. He knows it's a fucking wig. He knows it's a wig, but they're making a mockery of the justice system. They're making a mockery of the court system because that system is dying. You know what I'm saying? Again, this takes away the legitimacy, the validity, all of that of the legal system in America. Ooh, your cousin just joined the Masons. Wish them the best, child, because they be going down. Okay. I want to remind you guys that several people passed away while Young Thug was in jail. Again, his baby mama, one of them, Rich Homie Quan, and Lil Key. Death coming in threes. So people allegedly were sacrificed, right? So we saw that happen. And then again, Gunna gets out, and as Young Thug is being, hey, what's up, Dion? As Young Thug is like being pulled down, Gunna is like rising up. So this is giving like pyramid scheme, pyramid games. Right. Even one of the attorneys got knocked up. But yes, I saw that. Hey, what's up, Hannah? And when I saw this up with the attorney, I was like, again, more fuckery, more bullshit. Because what does that do? An attorney getting pregnant by a member of YSL does what? It continues to, again, devalue and degrade the justice system. You no longer have faith in the lawyers, people who went to school, right? And that's what I'm saying, how deep it is, because these people, to be a lawyer, you got to go through 4 years of college and you got to go through 3 years of law school and pass the bar exam. It's not an easy process. It's expensive and it's timely. It's not as intense as being a doctor, but it's not an easy fucking feat. Okay. Cardi, I did see her throw the pen, but the guy who was like asking her the questions about the pregnancy and stuff, don't be distracted. Even he was hired. He was hired. Like you can tell when people are put in specific places to say certain things, do certain things, drum up controversy, cause chaos, clip farm, like all these things. Like the guy who she threw the pin at, he's hired. He's a hired actor, babe, in my opinion. Okay. Yes, this is the devil runs this world, Blicky. So he elevates his people. People decide to worship the devil because they want worldly success. And this is why the Bible tells us, like, don't um don't envy the wicked. You know what I mean? Because this is why, like, in the new age, many people are like lashing out against corporate America. They're saying, I don't want to work in corporate, or it's draining, it's killing me. I don't want to do this. Because as you, yes, the case was dismissed. Yes, Cardi B has been in the occult for years. Like, a lot of that shit is her culture because she is Dominican or whatever. So many of them, hey, what's up, love bug? Yeah, glad you're here. Many people in the Dominican Republic or in the Caribbean, even in Latino community, they are many of them are Catholic, and they have like other like occult beliefs. But I knew she would win. The case was Fugazi. The whole case was Fugazi. A lady from years ago suing her over some bullshit. Like, come, the whole case is Fugazi because it's a part of her rollout. An album is coming next month. The timing of her going to court is strategic. So they needed some press for the rollout. They need her name back in the algorithm for the rollout. It's all like stunts and PR. Um, yes, worldly success is not worth it because it will cost you your soul. That's why the Bible says, like, what does it gain a man, or what does it benefit a man to like gain the world if he loses his soul? Because many people, and again, you see this, yes, even in corporate America, even with people like CEOs and stuff like that, there's a reason why like we've seen like CEOs die. You know what I'm saying? Yes, mock court. Because CEOs dying is also again representative of the crash of the old system. But even people like that, people like these CEOs, people like these executives and directors, and you know, just people who were at the top of organizations, they did not get there because they're good people. They got there because they were willing to smash their way to the top. They were willing to be cutthroat. They were willing to be corrupt, do underhanded shit. You know what I'm saying? All these things to get to the top. So many people, again, who are raising their vibration, raising their consciousness, don't want anything to do with corporate America or, traditional jobs because they're like, this is costing me my soul. You can feel it draining your soul. Which is why you see people online now saying like, I used to work in corporate America, now I work at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a lot happier because they realize like, you know what? Yes, I'm getting paid more, but I don't want to give my soul. And in the new world, wealth will look different because the value of currency is declining. The amount of the fiat currency is purposely again being shattered to usher in digital currency, or you're going to have currency or wealth through having your own food, having your own water, your own energy, you know what I'm saying? Like land. So again, I've been telling you guys about society splitting up. Yes, there was all mock court. And okay, so preview as we're talking about Cardi B. So the court case was a part of the rollout, but the paternity of her baby is going to be the next stunt because everybody's like, okay, is it Stefan's baby? Is it Offset's baby? That's going to be the next like stunt, is whose baby is it? There's a reason why Stefan was chosen to be with her, because or to like be in a fake relationship. It's not real. She's helping to initiate Stefan, in my opinion. But Stefan has like a similar nose to Offset, and they're both like brown. They're both like brown skinned men. So that's going to create, well, whose baby is it? You know what I'm saying? Because it could be that when baby comes out, it could be Stefan's, it could be Offset's. Like it's by design. And Stefan is allegedly DL, but he keeps having all these babies because he's, Malik and Ball, right? He's got to like give something to get something. So just think about that. And again, Cardi B is owned by the fashion people. Okay. So YSL, yes, the lawyer, one of the lawyers is messing with one of the guys from YSL. That's some crazy bullshit, and it again degrades the justice system, which is the whole point. What else? Let's talk about quality control. So, because that's important. It's also important to note that P selling QC to Scooter Braun was like, ugh, because we all know that Scooter Braun has his ways, but also with that, it's like again, a black owned label gave the power right back to an ooish person, and we kind of know how they get down, especially when it comes to the music industry. So that is like, interesting. Again, when the power could have been held in, like, black people have this for a bad habit. Black people will own a business, and we buy in so much to the idea of capitalism that we sell it right back to the power structure. And so this is how we don't keep any wealth, because we don't want to get married, we keep having children out of wedlock, we keep going to jail, we don't know how to run a business, and then when we do run a successful business, we sell it right back to our oppressors. Okay? So just saying. And then now look at all the artists. Okay. That being said, quality control. So Lil Baby hasn't been right since the all white party. I stand 10 toes down on that. He hasn't been right since that drunken hug. I will continue to say that I believe that a root or a spell, something was put on him that night. Like, this is the industry, so they definitely do spells on people. They definitely do, you know what I mean? Like, they do things to you. His career hasn't been the same since. Um, Migos, look, a lot of the music that was made by Quality Control is very fly by night music. And with that being said, does it really matter that they sold the label back to somebody ooish if they were only producing and putting out poison anyway? That's up for debate, because it's not like it was Motown Records, you know what I mean? Like, no, this was all toxic rap music, mumble rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, Lil Baby can't rap. Okay? Being able to make a decent song or two doesn't mean that you can rap. Like Ice Spice. Like, Ice Spice can make good songs, but she cannot rap. Yes, then Takeoff passed away. And yes, okay, Dion. Okay. Dion says after Takeoff passed and Lil Baby attended the all-white party, QC started to fall off. Yeah, true. But it was only a matter of time because QC, okay, wasn't Lil Yachty signed to them too? He was never a good rapper. He's also a Fruit Loop, allegedly. But the music was never really, again, longevity music. It was all like fast money music. And they made their money, but the music never had any longevity. So I think that that's why P had no problem selling it, because he probably felt like this is the most I'm going to get for it anyway. Let me sell at a high rather than continue to like keep this label, because artists are expensive, and let me not keep the label too long, and then now my artists don't have any value, because this is again how artists do end up passing away. The label needs money, the music ain't selling, and then you end up dying, and now they've cashed out on your life insurance policy, right? So I just want to put that out there. The music really wasn't that, it wasn't classic music anyway. Yes, Mike Rubin is a weirdo. Something is strange about him. Lakia, okay, let's talk about, yes, we're gonna get on Lakia. That's why I even started the conversation about QC, because somebody reminded me that Lakia was signed to QC, because I forgot about it. I forgot that QC, excuse me, I forgot all about Lakia. But before I get there, right? Um, okay, so Migos, they were already kind of starting to like fizzle out. because again, their music isn't classic music. Um, they started to kind of fizzle out. Then a member of the group dies. Lil Baby music was never really that good, and then he goes to the all white party. His career has been coughing and wheezing ever since. And then what else happened? I don't know what the fuck happened with Lil Yachty. I think people just stopped fucking with him. Again, his music was never good. Um, City Girls, because I'm trying to think. Before I get on the girls, I'm trying to get through the guys. If I haven't mentioned you by now, you were never that hot. Okay. Then there is City Girls. Okay, City Girls, they actually had a decent buzz. But Carisha cannot rap. And honestly, as a group, they were only mildly likable. A lot of people feel like JT has a bad attitude, and Carisha is somewhat likable, but she can't rap. So I don't think they had enough. Even when they were a group, I don't think they had enough going for them together to continue to like push music. I mean, I'm just saying because Brie, I'm just saying because it's true. Like Young Miami, here's the thing about Young Miami. Yes. Yes, yoga, right. But Glorilla, I don't see her, I never saw her being around long because her music again doesn't have longevity. Like these people have what they have because of rituals and really that's it. Rituals and good producers. And payola and what's that freshman? Good to see you again. So I never saw it for Glorilla. Like I thought she was gonna phase out faster, but Glorilla is again, in my opinion, from a highly connected family. Okay, so Carisha and JT, right? So Carisha is both of them are attractive. People really like Young Miami's look though. But Young Miami, while she to some extent is likable and funny, she's ignorant as fuck. And that rubs people the wrong way because she consistently says ignorant shit, does ignorant shit. And so people don't like that. It's not a good look neither because black women are judged a lot harder. So Lotto and Ice Spice can be ignorant and they can say ignorant shit. Cardi B is the epitome of being illiterate and ignorant. But people don't judge Cardi B like they judge Young Miami and other black women, other undisputed, non-ambiguous black women because black women are held to a higher standard, right? So with Carisha can barely speak English too. Carisha is like damn near illiterate. She can barely speak English. She's illiterate as fuck. She's ignorant as fuck. And that's not cute. That's not cute. And people don't like that. People don't like that. JT is a lot more articulate, but her attitude is perceived as bad. And I will continue to stand 10 toes down that the City Cinderella project was not that good. It really wasn't. So, another thing, their music became repetitive. Their music became very repetitive. They could have made better songs, but they made a lot again, people also kinda got tired of prostitution tunes, and they should have been, because again, it's not a good look for brown and dark-skinned black women to be the face of prostitution in any kind of way, whether it's prostitution music, prostitution as a practice, prostitution in movies, like, that's not a good look, and so their branding, their music, like, was not longevity. So they really didn't stand a chance to be here long, and then they weren't focused. Young Miami, the first thing she does when she gets some money is go get pregnant. What the fuck? Your group member is in jail and you're pregnant. Like, hood bitch thinking. So that was not smart. She goes and gets pregnant. Like, they just really weren't focused on music. I think JT was focused on music, but Young Miami wasn't. She never wanted to do music. She always wanted to just be a hoe. And that's why she's happy to be up under Diddy, because now she can do what she always wanted to do, which is be a hoe and get money for hoeing. She's got a billionaire client, so that's a big win for her. But when it comes to JT, I think JT, again, wanted to do music for real, but she doesn't have the right producers, the right investment. She needs to work on her rapping still. She's not all the way there yet. And so she's just having trouble. And again, she clearly doesn't come from the kind of family that Glorilla or Ice Spice comes from, because the industry is going to push their own. The industry is going to push people who are bloodline, right? And that's why I've said that she was foolish for getting so involved with Michelle Lamy and Rick Owens, because I know that allegedly she's doing a lot of nasty, dirty shit behind the scenes for those two people in particular, and that's still not going to help her. Because see, the industry is like that. The industry will convince you that, if you sacrifice your mom, if you give me your firstborn child, if you give me your bussy, if you do this and this and that, I'll make you a star and I'll make you rich. But the devil is a liar. So I see people time and time again, the people around them die mysteriously. Things happen to them mysteriously, and then they still go nowhere. You could have just had a fucking V8. So I think that JT will regret ever getting involved with Rick Owens and Michelle Lamy. I could promise you that, because those people, instead of telling her to focus on her music and her talent and her craft, they're trying to manipulate her into believing that if she does enough rituals, that can get her to where she wants to go, and it just won't. It just won't. Okay, I agree with y'all. I'm tired of the 304 agenda. I'm tired of just all of this weird shit. It's really exhausting. Okay, let's see. Yes, Blicky. Blicky says they could get somebody like Alicia Keys and sell 60 million records, but they'd rather push hood chicks, which lets you know it's about propaganda. Yes, the music industry is not about money. The music industry is a mental program. It's a mind control program. The music industry is not about money at all. If it was about money, if it was really about money, then these people would not be famous. It's about, again, the music industry is a government program that's about X trafficking, UG trafficking, and mind control. And they mind control the artists to mind control your children. That's what it's about. Yes. Hey, what's up, Creation Goddess? Yes, I do believe that DC Young Fly did eliminate Jackie for success. I do believe that, which is why he was at the funeral, really, excuse me, not giving a fuck, allegedly. I do believe that. Okay. So we talked about City Girls. I wanted to really get into that because they had a decent run over at QC. Let's get into Lakia and Gloss Up. So I forgot all about Lakia. I forgot all about her until somebody mentioned her. On TikTok today in my comments. And I was like, damn, I forgot about her. Okay. Yes. She signed with the label at a really bad time, unfortunately, because by the time she signed, yes. Yes, Caitlin. They do, yes, they push it with the white folks too, because Sabrina Carpenter, They have her on that Beta X Kitten program. Um, Billie Eilish is pushing a program. Britney Spears pushed a program. Christina Aguilera pushed a program. You know what I'm saying? Like they definitely do it with the white girls too, for sure. I mean, it's the industry. Everybody got to do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like being white doesn't get you out of doing rituals. You just have you're going to have different media published about you to manipulate public perception, but y'all all do the same things behind the scenes. Like you didn't just see black people at the all white party. It was athletes, it was, influencers, it was musicians, it was, you know what I'm saying, of all races at the all white party because it's about taking your soul. The devil just wants your soul. Your soul is not confined to race. Yes, yes, no more. Each artist is a character or archetype program that they want the people to behave as. Absolutely. Okay, so with Lakia. Lakia joined Quality Control at a really bad time. I never heard her music. I had never been really interested in it. I felt like, again, I don't really care about any of the new girls because they're all rapping about the same thing. I want somebody like, look. If you have one of these wigs on with the baby hairs and the long nails and the lashes, I already know what you're about because your branding is telling me the kind of music that you're gonna be making. You know what I'm saying? So if I see you with one of these crazy wigs and with that like hood rapper chick aesthetic, I am not interested. I'm not interested because I'm tired of everybody looking the same, rapping the same. It's draining and it's dry. It's draining and it's dry. It needs to stop. The whole point of being an artist is to be original, and they are forgetting that. What else did I want to talk about? Gloss Up. Somebody mentioned Gloss Up. Okay, Gloss Up, another one. Should not have signed no motherfucking record deal with QC. But see, Gloss Up, from what I can tell, wasn't she affiliated with like Baddies or some shit? And I was telling y'all, like, Baddies is a government program. Talking about DC Young Fly? I'm not saying he didn't love her. I just feel like he may have put her up on the chopping block. But, let me know what you think if that's who you're really talking about. But with Gloss Up, oh yeah, I was saying that Baddies is, in my opinion, is a government program. Again, Lemuel Plummer is Lemuel Plummer, the co-founder of Zeus Network, is connected to Zionist. Zionist run OnlyFans. Again, like this, the real money is being made through African people. Like, I'm gonna move you here, and you're gonna throw that ass back here. I'm gonna bring you back here, and you're gonna do it again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the industry is all about human and X trafficking, African. So this is why we see, again, baddies when I'm not saying people are not watching it. Thank you, Kaylin. Crazy. But see, somebody passing away. Okay, freshman, like I feel you. Somebody passing away on Zeus and then them not acknowledging it until a year later. Again, this stuff with this sacrifice happens at every level. It happens at every level. But I just wanted to say that again with Baddies and Zeus Network. Again, Zeus is the name of a Greek god, and the Greek gods are nothing but just fallen angels, right? They're just fallen angels made to seem cool and interesting. Again, Lemuel and his family are connected to Zionist. So when we see again people join baddies and all they do is fight and go from city to city and country to country and all that, Like, what's the show really about? It's really a front for African. Um, and then we see that too with like Jocelyn's Cabaret. You know what I'm saying? It's a front for African. With OnlyFans, African. And you know, it was just exposed that when the girls are online saying, "Oh, I've made millions from OnlyFans," that it's actually the CIA sending them money to convince your daughters to sign up for OnlyFans when the average girl on OnlyFans isn't going to make like any of that. Most people on OnlyFans, if they're lucky, make 300 bucks a month. So, you know what I mean? Like Cornhub is still free in a lot of different places. So what's the point in like going on OnlyFans and blowing a huge bag when you can just like go watch corn for free on Twitter? Or you can watch corn for free on the dark web, or you know what I'm saying? Like you don't really need to be on OnlyFans. But this is a way to try to normalize X work and try to induct young ladies into showing their body online under the guise of, oh, I've made millions. And if you feel like you need to make millions or like you want to make millions, then you might get on there and like do something completely obscene and degrade yourself in crazy ways in an attempt to make millions. So I told you guys that Bad Baby and anybody else, Ruby Rose, anybody else that's online telling you that they've made just 50 million. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yes, the girl who was with Shannon, yes, she was sent by them people. So only God knows the truth about her. So just understand that, you know, people getting online and again, like especially Bad Baby don't even try. She don't even try to tell a good lie. Oh, I'd be making 50 million. You're not making 50 fucking million dollars on OnlyFans legitimately. Like nobody wants to see your white trash ass to that extent. Like I'm sure there are some people on there who are paying for whatever she's doing, but like she's not making no 50 million bucks from OnlyFans. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, yes, people do repost content from OnlyFans. So these girls who claim that they're on OnlyFans making all this money, it's just like, and we haven't seen that shit go viral. You're a lying ass bitch. Yes, no more. The game is not set up for everyone to win. It's capitalism. So some people have to be sacrificed. Okay. Oh, you know what I want to also mention? I want to also mention with the other girl, Lil Tay, who who used to be on Zeus Network. Lil Tay, the biggest flexer, she is now doing OnlyFans because her parents are selling her to the industry, affecting her. There's a reason why she has the blonde hair. You know what I'm saying? That MK Ultra Beta X Kitten mind control program. So I just kind of got into that territory after talking about Gloss Up, because here's the thing: like the labels have to recoup. So if you then signed a deal, they gave you a loan, the music ain't hitting, the music isn't selling, you know, you got to figure out a way to recoup. And you might have to go on baddies and do some funky shit. You know what I'm saying? You might have to get on OnlyFans. Don't you see the rise in artists? Again, Asian Doll was on OnlyFans. I think Erica Banks did the strip club tour. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some, I can do $1,000 private dances. Like, you see, you were like, the thing is, for the longest time, Hollywood was taking people from the corn industry and bringing them into the acting industry, or taking them from the acting industry and putting them into the corn industry. This has been going on for decades, but now it's just coming to the forefront because even Hollywood is seeing a decline and a crash. You know what I'm saying? Movies don't do as good as they used to do. People go to the movies a lot less. AI is taking over, people's jobs. AI is taking over media and film and music. So yes, yes, creation goddess. Um, yes, freshmen, you have a point. So now all of this stuff is coming out to the forefront, and that's what I was saying earlier too. Like the best way to collapse a system is to expose the system, right? Because once all the bullshit that's been going on in the background is exposed, people no longer believe it or buy into it because nothing on this planet is held up by anything but faith, which is why they didn't need gold to back fiat currency anymore because all they need is your faith in it to make it real. Like people believe that Louis Vuitton is worth something because they believe that. Like the programming makes them believe this. It's when you break the programming that you realize that it's not really worth anything. They can charge 2,000 for a purse and people will pay it because they believe in it. You know what I'm saying? It's run off of faith. It's run off of people's energy. When like everything on this planet is run off of faith and belief. And once you stop believing in the matrix and believing in logos and believing in symbols and believing in all of this propaganda, that's when you take your power back because your belief in it makes it real. Um, that applies to everything. So yes, with Gloss Up and stuff like that, they have to like recoup with Suki Hana, yes, Johnny Blaze, Erica Banks, they gotta recoup. Cardi B, they gotta recoup. They've given these girls a lot of money, they gotta recoup. So what's a good way to recoup? Sell ass. Go sell some ass. It's a good business. Ain't no business like hoe business. Go get on a yacht. Go throw that ass back on a yacht. You know what I'm saying? So this is why we see so many of these girls again join OnlyFans, strip club tours, and just doing a whole join reality TV, go work for the diddler. You know what I'm saying? Like, Carisha got dropped by her label. She got dropped. I think she was shelved or dropped or something. They still got to recoup. She still got bills to pay. Like, she got to pay them people back. So it's a business. Cardi B is in a lot of debt to Atlantic. All the sympathy and payola came at a cost. So when she keeps having all these children, it's like you got to repay these people. You got to repay. They got to recoup. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, when you sign a deal with the devil, he's going to collect. It's a deal, right? You signed a deal. A deal is a deal. You have to, if he came through. He gave you the fame, he gave you the money, he gave you, you know what I'm saying, what you asked for. He came through on his side of the deal. Now you got to come through on your side of the deal. However, you got to do it, you have to abide by the contract. And you have to also because there's a justice system on earth and then God has his own justice system. So all contracts come before God, especially when you're selling your soul, right? God has to look over that contract. And so when you sign, you let God know that you knew what you were doing. And so it's out of God's hands. Now you have to come through. So however you do it, he has to collect. So that's how I feel about YSL, QC, all this stuff, you guys. It's all rituals, it's all Freemasonic games and pyramids and like script and dry. It's also exposing again the music industry for buying streams, buying success. Are y'all listening to Gunna? I'm not anymore. His last project was good. His Drip Season Forever, that was a good project, but I'm just not interested in his new music because I don't think it's him. So I'm not interested in like his new stuff because I just don't believe that it's him. Yes. Yes, Sky Jackson, Chloe Bailey, Zac Efron, Hailey Bieber, Kylie and Kendall Jenner. I mean, them yachts Emily Ratajkowski, whatever her name is. So many people be on them yachts getting down and dirty. Tyla, I heard, was on them yachts selling that cat. No, I have not watched Ironheart. So yeah, them yachts, they be full of people, ja. Okay. Yeah, AI data centers is getting scary. It's very scary. But I've been telling you guys that with the AI data centers, that's because in the future they are going to try to privatize like electricity and water and like ration it out by like, again, if you're rich, you can have water and electricity. If you're poor, you probably will have, shitty water quality, and you'll probably be on like restricted electricity. Like it's just gonna like the system will always be a thing, but it's just going to be done in a new way. So they want to control the power grid, the energy, because think about it, right? If everybody has UBI, mark of the beast, um, what is it called? 15-minute smart cities, like with all these things, they will social currency or digital or what is it called? Digital currency, social credit score. If all these things get implemented, then they will ration based off of that, based off of UBI, based off of what city you live in, based off of your social credit score. Like they will pick and choose who gets to have what. A lot of people, yes, don't have souls. They are cloned or they're just under my control. AI is getting very scary, which is why I've been talking to y'all about like preparing for life outside the matrix. Because if you know that you don't want to get the chip, then you need to prepare to not have the chip. And if you do not have the chip, you will not be operating inside of the new matrix. You will be living off the grid. So you need to like prep and figure out like how that's going to look for you and how you're going to get there. Let's see. Gunna's new album is a flop. I have not listened to it. I am just not interested. I only hear his new music on TikTok and like social media when I hear snippets of it, but like otherwise I don't listen to it. Um, I feel like people like to see him, slim and in shape and stuff like that. But are they really streaming his music? I question that. And maybe they are. But right now, at least for me, it's coming off as just like internet hype, internet noise. I'm not interested in anything new from Young Thug neither, because Young Thug has just been out here like just wilding. And I don't think Young Thug makes bad music. I just feel like he has really these antics are a turn off. NPCs are a real thing. What do y'all think would happen if most of the population declines? They will try to. Okay, look, if people try to not take the chip, I feel like they will hunt people down to try to make them get it. But remember in the Bible, it said like they will even kill you. Like they will get right. They will it will get to a point where they feel like if you won't take it, we'll kill you. Like it will be that serious. So you will have to be willing to die behind it because we don't want no parts. Like there's like in Revelation, the book of Revelation, there's a period called tribulation. And that's why some Christians believe that like God or Jesus will come back and take his people before it gets that bad to save them from all of that. But yes, we will be fighting it out to the death over not wanting the chip. Okay. So I hope we had a good talk. Let me look at my notes one more time. Yes, we talked about Mariah the Scientist, Freemason, blah, blah, blah. We talked about everything, you guys. So with that being said, I'm wrapping up. I appreciate you guys so much. I had such a good time on several different platforms. This went really great. This is going to be our new way of doing things. I loved it. I had a good time. I hope y'all did too. Be safe out there. Have a good night's rest. I will see y'all on Friday, okay? Bye. Have a good night.